Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa, born Tagawa Hiroyuki on September 27, 1950, in Tokyo, Japan, built a remarkable international career that blended Japanese, American, and later Russian influences, making him one of the most recognizable Asian actors in Hollywood for several decades. Best known for embodying the sinister sorcerer Shang Tsung across multiple installments of the Mortal Kombat franchise, Tagawa became a familiar face to action and fantasy audiences around the world. His ability to command the screen with his deep voice, magnetic presence, and intense portrayals made him a go-to figure for powerful antagonists and wise mentors alike. By the time of his death on December 4, 2025, at the age of 75, he had carved out a legacy across film, television, voice acting, and international cinema, ending his life with an estimated net worth of $5 million, earned through decades of acting roles, production work, and voice performances. Tagawa's early life was shaped by constant movement. His father, a Japanese-American soldier serving in the U.S. Army, was stationed across several American bases, including Fort Bragg in North Carolina, Fort Polk in Louisiana, and Fort Hood in Texas. His mother, Mariko Hata, had worked as an actress in Japan's Takarazuka Theater, planting the seeds of performance in her son from an early age. Growing up bilingual in Japanese and English, with additional knowledge of Russian, Korean, and Spanish, Tagawa developed an unusual cultural flexibility that later enriched his on-screen work. Because he was an army brat, his childhood unfolded across numerous cities before the family eventually settled in Southern California. There, he discovered acting during his teenage years at Duarte High School. After high school, he attended the University of Southern California, and during this time he spent a period back in Japan as an exchange student. His time there deepened his connection to his heritage, but he also immersed himself in martial arts, studying traditional forms like Kendo and Shotokan karate under the guidance of Masatoshi Nakayama of the Japan Karate Association. These skills became part of the physical discipline that shaped many of his action-oriented roles in film. Tagawa's professional breakthrough came in 1987 when he played the role of the eunuch Chang in Bernardo Bertolucci's Oscar-winning epic The Last Emperor. His striking appearance and calm intensity made him memorable, and further roles quickly followed. By 1989, he had appeared as Kwang, an undercover Hong Kong narcotics board agent, in the James Bond film License to Kill. His reputation for portraying formidable characters solidified in the early 1990s when he appeared opposite Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee in Showdown in Little Tokyo, 1991, playing the ruthless Yakuza boss Yoshida. That same year, he appeared in The Perfect Weapon, adding to his growing identity as one of Hollywood's most reliable actors for villainous or morally ambiguous roles. His performance as Eddie Sakamura in the 1993 adaptation of Rising Sun, alongside Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes, and Harvey Keitel, further strengthened his standing in Hollywood. But it was 1995 that brought him the role that would define him for generations: Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. His portrayal, sinister yet charismatic, became iconic among fans of the franchise. The phrase, "Your soul is mine," delivered with theatrical menace, cemented him as the definitive screen version of the character. Decades later, he would reprise the role in the 2013 web series Mortal Kombat Legacy, and again in 2019 when his likeness and voice were used for the character in Mortal Kombat 11, allowing him to introduce the sorcerer to a new generation of gamers. Throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s, Tagawa continued expanding his range. His roles spanned from Kabai Seng in The Phantom, 1996, to noble and complex characters in Snow Falling on Cedars, 1999, and Pearl Harbor, 2001. He portrayed Krull, a wise warrior figure, in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, 2001, and voiced the villain Brushagun in the animated film Teen Titans, Trouble in Tokyo, 2006. His performance in Memoirs of a Geisha, 2005, as the Baron added another high-profile credit to his filmography, and he continued engaging with action and fantasy roles in projects like Tekken, 2009, where he embodied Heihachi Mishima. As television storytelling expanded in the 2010s, Tagawa found new opportunities. He briefly took over the role of Satoshi Takeda in the hit series Revenge, stepping into the character after Hiroyuki Sanada's departure. Then, beginning in 2015, he earned one of the most acclaimed roles of his later career, Trade Minister Nobusuke Tagomi in Amazon's adaptation of The Man in the High Castle. His portrayal of the introspective, moral, and philosophical leader became central to the show's emotional and political depth. It introduced him to audiences who had not yet encountered his earlier action roles and earned him renewed critical praise. During this period, he continued taking on a mixture of live-action and voice roles, participating in animated series such as Star Wars Rebels, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and DuckTales. From 2018 to 2021, he appeared as Hiroki Watanabe in Netflix's Lost in Space, further demonstrating his ability to bring seriousness and authority to science fiction roles. His final credited performance came in Blue Eye Samurai, 2023, where he voiced Master Ag. Beyond acting, Tagawa explored his cultural and spiritual identity throughout his life. In 2015, he converted to Eastern Orthodoxy, a decision that attracted attention because of his long-standing connection to both Japan and the United States. A year later, he received Russian citizenship, reflecting his deepening ties to the country where he had worked and spent significant time. Tagawa's life came to a peaceful end on December 4, 2025, at his home in Santa Barbara, California. He died from complications of a stroke, surrounded by his children. His passing marked the end of an extraordinary multicultural journey, one that brought a unique blend of discipline, intensity, and compassion to screens around the world. Over nearly 4 decades in entertainment, Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa built a body of work that ensured his presence would continue to be felt long after his final performance, leaving behind not only a rich artistic legacy but a meaningful influence on the portrayal of Asian characters in Hollywood. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.